How do you know when ego is helping you versus when ego is destroying you? Really good one. And that's a nuance. I think when it comes to ego, a lot of this comes, so there's a saying, fast success breeds ego, slow success breeds character. I 1,000,000,000% agree. And again, I think that's part of why I get a lot of respect from my contemporaries and my friends and my peers and my competitors, because a lot of them saw me cold call, door knock shamelessly with sweat patches during COVID. I remember I was driving from the west of Melbourne to Caroline Springs to pitch some restaurants, $200 a month services when I was 20 years old, during COVID when you weren't supposed to leave your 15-kilometer radius. Okay, so things like that I feel has chiseled my character. So I'm probably more likely to give people chances. For example, in my family, like sometimes some people have short fuses, but I'm on the side of the family that doesn't have a short of a fuse. I'm the type of person that tends to give people a bit more chances in general. And the reason is because I've been through so much so young. I've lost 3, 4, 5 friends to death, sub 25. I went overseas to play basketball in LA and Sacramento as a teenager. So when you kind of have an accumulation of, and then at the corporate experiences, which I want to get, when you have an accumulation of experiences, it creates a candor and it creates a patience that kind of guides the ego in the correct way. So I can show up as extremely confident for my staff, for my team, but I don't think that I am, for example, the victim to the narcissism of, young money, because I don't demonstrate it with my actions and the splurging on materialistic things. So I think it's a nuanced thing, and I think you actually need to experience the highs of the ego to also experience the lows, and that ego death kind of evens people out. That's my opinion. What's up, Pranav? Appreciate the support, Kaya. All right, Mila, who challenges you now and who's afraid to? Who challenges me? Okay, who? Who challenges me? Well, I challenge myself first and foremost. God challenges me first and foremost. My competitors, man. Again, we're kind of out of, it's funny, every kind of 3 months, I'm looking at which other agencies in Australia in particular are like competing with us. And to be clear, like there's King Kong and there's Megaphone, there's huge agencies in Australia that are way bigger than us at the moment. But when it comes to kind of the average agency, a lot of them aren't touching us. So I've started to look at the lens of what are the big boys? What are the King Kongs doing? What are the Gary V's doing? And Gary V's a multi-9-figure agency owner, a couple $100 million a year. But what it does is it allows me to stretch the vision of what's possible to the team. And now, which is crazy, in my Slack channel, like I said, we just get quoted today, my team's like, road to 10 million. I'm like, this is actually crazy. Like my team is bought in to running a $10 million per year agency. Like it's beyond what I can verbalize. They can just see the patterns and they want to be part of something. I actually have to buy all 55 of them ice cream in the next 24 hours because they hit quota. So yeah, when it comes to challenges, who challenges me, I'm looking at the top of the game, but I'm also looking at who's just below, just above me. And then I'm looking at who's coming up. Like I was someone coming up. I'm still very much coming up. I'm 26 years old. The brain speed. So this is a quick tip for you guys that are a bit younger and they're like maybe 24, 25, 23, 21, and you're like, you've got no momentum. And even for people that are 25 to 35, check this out. If you're between the ages of 25 to 35, that's when your brain has like the most mental processing speed, right? Doesn't mean you can learn the quickest, because that's obviously when you're a child and your brain's picking up all this information. But in terms of your ability to manage complexity at the peak of your IQ, most likely based on studies, it's going to be between 25 to 35. So for me, I'm going super hard now because I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do a couple 7 figures a year. Got it. Cool. I need to make, multiple 8 figures or multiple 9 by 30 so I can leverage my brain's potential, right? And then in the 30s, potentially switch models. So anyway, that's just something for some of you guys that are a bit young, a bit stressed comparing yourself to people. Be careful who challenges you, because there's often a lot more context and, things tend to even out in life as well, especially if you stick to it for a long time. And the other part, who's afraid to? Who knows? Who knows? I definitely have ops and enemies. I've got people that have tried to take down my social media accounts. Some of them have done it successfully, but they haven't successfully stopped the growth of the company. So I'll leave that at that. What fear shows up when you stop chasing the next goal? Again, it's the fear of loss, man. Again, I was sleeping on a broken bed at 21 in an apartment in the city. Now, don't get me wrong. It was great. It was so much fun. I have a lot of great experiences doing that in the city, okay? Especially being 21 and being out of the house for the first time and having corporate jobs. I made my first 6 figures a year. By the time I was 22, shortly after, I was at that, lower point. And a lot of that was complacency. But again, I say that because I don't want to, I'm okay with regressing if it's for a bigger result. Sometimes you have to catch 2 L's to get a W, which is a win. But yeah, definitely the fear of, of losing it all, that's definitely a big fear. And I think that's something that I'm proactively fighting to defend day in and day out. And I think that's a big driver for me personally as well. Be fair, most important thing human psychology has taught you. Man, there are so many things, but I'll give you a very simple one that a lot of people still don't master. I'll give you 2 of them. The first thing is never outshine the master. I see so many Gen Zs do this, and it's a very simple rule. You can read it in the 48 Laws of Power, but never outshine the master. So for example, say my agency is bigger than both of my former 2 agency employees that hired me when I was 20 or 21 or whatever. I am still treating them like they are the king of agency. I'm like, yes, sir. Really, sir? Okay, so I'm saying, sir. Not even to kiss up. It's me showing respect. A lot of people, particularly Gen Zs, and I'm saying this because I am a Gen Z, but I also don't like to hire Gen Zs a lot of the time. I am not entitled. I will work for it. I don't expect a handout. So because of that, I respect the OGs. In Melbourne, there's a lot of nightclub guys. And just like with most things in the world, a couple of things are run by a few people run majority of the things in each industry. Do I technically make more money than a lot of them? Yes. But a lot of them I'm paying deep respect for. You're the king. This girl wants to talk to you, brother. Hey, listen, that's the big boss. That's the big boss. Yeah. Hey, me. I'm always showing respect. So never outshine the master. If you do that, a lot of men are going to let you into places, and even women are going to let you into places that you wouldn't have been let into, and you wouldn't have been knowing why, simply because you didn't try to overstep them. That's number one. The second thing is treat